Hi guys, welcome to another video of Nu-Trix the Synth Guy. Today I'm actually kind of testing something and showing you the result of my test. I had a question on YouTube about the Go Mixer and the fact that the volume is low. Now, I remember using it at different volumes, some of them being high, some of them being low, and had at one point to normalize the signal because I found the signal was too low. And then remember that other times I did not have that feeling or that sense of it to be too low. So I was wondering why sometimes it was low and sometimes it was louder. And it's fairly simple when you think about it. Is actually when you look at the Go Mixer, there's a input for a line input. There's actually two line inputs. There's a microphone input. There's a guitar/bass input. There's the mixer. And there's a monitor out. And if you look at it carefully, there's no monitor out volume that is separate from the mixer volume. So basically, you get just a passive monitor output. And that, for those who don't understand what this means, is that you have the same amount of energy coming out in your headphone as you have coming out to the recording. So, because it's the same, it's a passive, it doesn't have a different volume if you want. Now, there's a potential problem with that, is that depending on your headphones, the signal will be at a different level. And by that, it depends on the impedance of your headphones. How many ohms is it using? Now, in my case, I have at least 4 pairs of headphones. Actually, more than that, but at least 4 that I use often. I have the V-Moda headphones, and these are, just let me check just to be sure I don't tell you a lie, 30 ohms. We see often a lot of headphones in that area. Now, what you need to understand is when the impedance go up in the headphones, it takes more energy to play back the signal. Meaning, if I have this pair here, which has 55 ohms, this one will need more energy to play back to the same level as this one. So basically, if I connect this pair of headphones in the Go Mixer, my signal will sound lower in volume, whereas this one will sound louder, just because they don't have the same impedance. And I have, like, this one is 55, this one's 30, this one over here is I think 25, this another one is 30, this one is 45. So this one is in between. So 30, 45, 55. So this, if I just want to hear softer, that would be the one. If I wanted to hear louder, that would be the one. But then that's kind of a problem, because if you're actually playing back a sound and you put the mixer of the Go Mixer to the volume that you find comfortable, but your headphone is loud because it has a low impedance, then you're actually mixing to a low volume in the mixer. You hear loud, but what you have in the mixer is low, so what you're sending to recording in your computer or in your DAW is actually low. So you're recording a low signal that sounds very nice, but is actually low. If you look at the maximum amount of volume you can record, it's actually low. So when you get into the computer or the iPad or whatever it is, you see that the signal is low. And then when you play back, the signal will be played back lower. What I'm doing right now is I'm having the output of the Korg, the vocal beats, okay, playing. So I'm going to have this playing, okay? I've got this playing. So I'm going to bring the volume up until I find it too loud for my ears. That's basically this. And you still hear me because the volume is in between. Now, if you want to hear me more, you need to bring the volume up from a microphone. Now, I'm trying to figure out the volume that is the best volume to get the maximum volume inside the Go Mixer without distorting. I'm going to put out more volume out of the vocal beats. Now this is saturating. Just like too much, a little bit too much. I'm going to bring it down, and it doesn't peak on the Go Mixer. Okay. Now it's peaking. Okay, bring it down. So I want to have the maximum volume before it goes into the software. Now I'm going to record. So the graphics is loud enough, but honestly, I could go a little bit louder. But this is not comfortable for my ears. This is too loud. So on the headphones I have right now, I would probably be more comfortable playing at this volume, which is the nice volume for my ears. But this is, if you look at the graphic, this is a lot lower in volume than this one, which is closer to the amount of volume I would like to get in. So it sounds, you know, it's capturing now it's actually clipping. That's too loud. It's clipping in the Go Mixer. So it's very subtle when, you know, loud enough is loud enough. I could also bring the cord down and bring the mixer up. So you have to figure out what's your best workflow or signal path. I'm going to stop that. You got to figure out where's your best signal path to be able to record this without having the problems of distorting maybe at the input of the Go Mixer because the output of your device is too loud, or mixing or clipping inside the Go Mixer because you're bringing the volume too loud. But all of that is actually changing how much stuff is going into your software. So I'm going to press stop. What I'll do, can actually click on it. In this case, I'm in Aria Pro. I'm going to go process, and I'm going to be able just click on it first. I'm going to go process, and I'm going to go normalize, and I would like to have it at 0 dB. I just want it to be super loud at the maximum. So, and I want it to be peak. Go. So I get a little bit more volume out of it. So that would be how I would optimize it. Now, of course, if I say I recorded this volume, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to go split. I'm going to go split. I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to process just this one. I'm going to normalize that one. Okay. Now it's not as loud as the other. So it might not be bad, because if I play this back, let's just listen to see what this sounds like. Playing as this volume, which is the nice volume for my ears. But this is, if you look at the graphic, this is a lot lower in volume than this one, which is closer to. The end result, honestly, is very close. And actually, the first one I did sounds louder now that I normalized it than the one that it was louder than I normalized. So, you know, test it out, see what's best for you. So the only way I see you can actually change that is, and not changing your headphones, is changing the way you think about it. So figuring out where the signal is so it sounds the right level, and then play back, and then you don't listen to it because it's too loud, or you change headphones to buy headphones with higher impedance, so they will sound softer in volume, or you send the output inside another passive volume knob. You find a headphone splitter or headphone passive attenuator, basically, just to bring down the energy of the signal, and then you bring the output to the maximum volume of the mixer, the Go Mixer, before it actually distorts, so you get lots of energy, and then that is what you record in your iPad, and then you can tune or bring down the energy in your headphones because you have an external little, you know, splitter / volume attenuator. So that's the way. That's the only way you can get rid of that. And I looked at the Go Mixer Pro. It doesn't seem to have a separate volume for the headphones. So as long as they have that design in the Go Mixer, and you don't have a volume to bring down the energy on your headphones, you will need to kind of match the headphones to the amount of energy you like to have in your ears when you play back using the Go Mixer, because what you have is the same signal, but then the energy you hear depends on the ohms in your headphones. That's it. I hope this clears out the notion of headphone volume versus playback in the case of the Go Mixer. Please, Roland Go Mixer version 3 should have a headphone knob for just bring down if it's too loud. That's it. If you like what I'm doing, thumb up, and don't forget to go see if the Nu-Trix.com website is actually for you. Never know, might be interesting. Cheers.